Hi everyone, my name is Katie. The topic I picked for my project was the world's first website. It was created in the year of my birth of 1991, so that's why I chose it. Being born in 1991 gave me the privilege of watching technology grow and change over the last 30 years. One of the simplest yet greatest assets that's come from technology is the use of websites. The first website was created in 1991 by a physicist named Tim Berners-Lee, and its creation has shaped the web as we know it today. Websites are a form of technology that are used daily for countless things like shopping, paying bills, checking your email, just kind of surfing the web and gathering information. The growth of the internet would not have been possible without the creation of the first website, and Berners-Lee wanted to create a platform where all people could receive and share information without any type of constraints. So the first website came from a company called CERN, and it made its debut in August 6, 1991, and it was created by Tim Berners-Lee. The website was basically just general basic instructions on how to use the World Wide Web, and it was created to make life easier. It was difficult at this time to share or receive information from computer to computer, and different devices were not always compatible with one another in sharing that information. So a little bit about the scientist Tim Berners-Lee. He was born in London in 1955. He graduated from Oxford University in 1976 with a degree in physics. He joined the European Organization for Nuclear Research in Geneva, which is also known as CERN, in 1980. He's also known for helping develop HTML, HTTP, and different types of URLs. And in 1984, he began working on the creation of hypertext. And it was created to help researchers communicate and share information with one another. Originally, CERN was not interested in his idea of using hypertext and creating a website. Like most things in technology, they were just not interested, and it was proposed as an information management system. So Berners-Lee just decided to take it upon himself to post it in a bulletin board in his company in 1991. He got little to no response on that idea, and that same day, he just went ahead and posted the website to the internet on August 6, 1991. And again, there was no immediate interest or no need seen for this type of information or for this to be used. To quote him, I wanted to build a creative space, something like a sandpit where everyone could play together. His goal is to create a platform where people could communicate freely from different devices and share information with one another. The use of websites has really grown beyond his wildest imagination. He never really thought it would take off the way that it did. Something interesting about him is he did not charge royalties to use hypertext or websites. He gave the resource to the world for free without a patent because he believes that information is a right that everyone has earned to have, and that information should not be charged for. So that was kind of interesting. So the original website was originally lost but recreated. Due to the excitement that came from producing websites and the growth of it, people really didn't archive that first website, so it wasn't saved. But it was recreated in 2013 with its original URL, which is listed below, and can still be used today. So that's it. So the contents of the first website, again, there's that URL, but it's instructions on how to use the first website and how to build a website. It has information about HTTP and different other types of protocols that are there. It has frequently asked questions. It kind of gives you a run through on how to use hypertext, and you can be on a mailing list and its policies and its goals, and it gives you some history basically on the first website, which is kind of interesting to see as well. So the growth of the websites. By 1992, a year later, there were only 10. By 1994, there were only 3,000. And this growth exponentially took off because in 1994, the World Wide Web became a public domain. By the time Google made its debut in 1996, 2 million websites had been formed. It wasn't really wanted by the general public, or the general public didn't really see a need for it. It was mainly only used at first by computer scientists, military, and government agencies. which seems to be the trend in the history of technology, or these are the people that seem to want the newest technology first, and then it kind of just takes off with the public after that. Some advantages of using the World Wide Web. We have information at our fingertips now. It makes our life a bit easier, and we stay connected with people from all around the world. If we need to look something up, we don't have to go to a library and actually pick up a physical book anymore. That book is most likely on the web. Now, there are things on the internet that are wrong and misinformation and spreading of misinformation and everything, but there is always information at our fingertips, and that does sometimes make life a little bit easier. Like, you don't have to go physically pay a bill anymore, you can just pay it online. Some disadvantages of the World Wide Web is it's hard to disconnect. Tim Berners-Lee had mentioned in an article I had read that he was watching people experience burnout from their job because they were always in contact with their boss, and they didn't have a way to disconnect. And I think that affects everybody in the world as well. It's kind of hard to disconnect with social media and everything, to kind of take a break from the rest of the world. It also helps the quick spread of misinformation. So someone could post something that is blatantly incorrect, but would spread like wildfire, like the truth. So Tim Berners-Lee has his fears about the internet, and it's not what would come of the internet, or it's not what would be posted on the internet. He's more worried about censorship of the internet. He's worried that a large company or government will come in and just completely shut it down, and he believes it's a basic human right to have information and have access to that information. So he's worried the World Wide Web being cut off by government agencies or large companies. He reiterates that the web was created to be an open forum for people to discuss information, share information, gather information, and just learn. So many countries do censor the internet. There are only a couple of countries in the world that have completely uncensored internet. And Madagascar, I think, is one of those. And there are some countries that completely can switch off the internet. China is well known for that. If there's a lot of stuff going on, they can completely turn the internet off. The US actually censors a lot of things, and we have a lot of things censored due to copyright laws, especially during campaign time. They kind of monitor and control the internet there. So Tim Berners-Lee is a very, very brilliant man, and he invented something that has completely changed the world as we know it today, which I don't think in his wildest imaginations he would have thought was going to happen. And to think of that, no one really wanted that at first, or it wasn't thought of. But now we can easily share information device to device, and I just had a lot of fun learning about this. So thank you.